Mrs. Lucas, Mr. Lucas says you had a great relationship.
Yes, we had a wonderful relationship.
Why don't you tell me what was wonderful about it?
It was wonderful. We were like best friends. I believe, you know, he's my soulmate. Everything was fine except... He was too nice. It's too nice.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to A Different Perspective. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button for your boy. So, remember how yesterday I was talking about there was a video that I wanted to do that was sent in by one of my viewers. I got that video today. Shout out to everybody that found the video and decided to email it or DM it to me or tweet it to me. Shout out to all of y'all. Y'all the real ones for that. So we got the video here. And remember I told y'all it's a woman divorcing her husband because she says he's too nice. But there's a twist. There's more to this. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Let's go.
We now join Rashida Lucas and TP Lucas as Judge Lynn hears their case.
Mr. Lucas, you have brought Mrs. Lucas here to court in order to recover either your 2000 Camry that you said you upgraded or the value of the upgrades that you put in the Camry that you say she took. And I know that you're wearing sunglasses, which usually is not permitted in a courtroom, but I understand that you have an eye issue, glaucoma, and the lights are bothering you. Mr. Lucas,
He's blind, you guys. He's not completely blind, but he's blind.
I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me how we got here and why it is you've needed to come to court to get this car back?
Well, Your Honor, everything, there was nothing wrong. Nothing. You know, everything was normal at my house.
Everything was normal?
Nothing wrong. Nothing. Rashida told me, baby, I'll be back. And she left. You know, this was back in November.
Mrs. Lucas, Mr. Lucas says you had a great relationship.
Yes, we had a wonderful relationship.
Why don't you tell me what was wonderful about it?
It was wonderful. We were like best friends. I believe, you know, he's my soulmate. Everything was fine except he was too nice. It's too nice.
How does one...
Hey, you see the officer? You see the officer? He knows. He knows that's some BS, but he knows it to be true as well. There are women out here that think if a guy is too nice, he's not the one. They need a challenge.
It's too nice.
How does one be too nice to one's wife?
He was too nice, like it was scary nice. You know, it was like, you know the people that's it was like stalkerish nice, like you too nice, it's too
Give
good
me an example, because I cannot conceive of the world that you have structured for me here.
Right, I mean, you know, too nice, like he would say I love you, and it was like I was like, okay, I was waiting for the punch. When you gonna kick me? It's scary.
What?
Some people just, you know, you could be nice, but you could be too nice.
You're gonna have to.
What? She needs therapy. She needs therapy. He would say, I love you, and she's waiting for the punch and kicks. Who hurt you? Who was she in a relationship with that did those type of things to her? And so she expect that all men would do that. So it's scaring her to think that potentially in the future he could snap and start to harm her. So she's over here like, let me get out. Let me get out of this situation before he go crazy on me. When all he's doing is trying to be the type of man, a stand-up guy that all women should want. Make it make sense.
Do better than that. He told you he loved you and this was a problem. You put up your hands like, when is the punch gonna come? You've been married for 5 years. Has he punched you yet?
No. He's a
he doesn't
man.
punch you. He's a wonderful man.
Yes,
5 years and not once has this man laid hands on her, and she tripping like this. This is not a good excuse for her to want to up and out this relationship. Is she cheating on him?
He doesn't punch you. He's a wonderful man.
Yes, I'm just not used
so
to that.
I love you is too much for you.
She's just not used to it. I was having a conversation with a homegirl last night. I was having a conversation with her, and I was telling her how I move when I date. And she was like, oh yeah, so yeah, that's might be an issue for some of the women that you talk to, because a lot of them ain't used to that. They're not used to a guy courting them. They're not used to a guy taking them to nice places or decent places. They're not used to a guy just being fun and doing all the type of things that you're doing. The woman just said it. She wasn't used to it. But 5 years, and you're 5 years married. That means y'all had to have been together for some time before y'all decided to get married. But 5 years married and you're not used to it? You should have got used to it dealing with him before you even got married to him. Make it make sense.
It's not too much, but you don't have to tell me like twice a week.
She don't want to. Look at this. Look at this security guard. He's like, what? You don't want to hear from your husband twice a week that he loves you. There's females that want to hear that every single day. And twice a week is too much for her. Look at him. Look at him. He's like, yo, I tell my wife every day.
Can't figure that.
So if I found you a brother that would run around on you, call your names, and smack you upside the head, you'd be in heaven.
Right.
No, he don't have to call me names or smack me, but
He can run around on you.
no, not that either. But
No, not that either. What do you want, man? How you married? How have you gotten this far in a relationship with someone and still don't know what you want? She does want that guy that would run around on her, smack her, and call her names. That will excite her. It doesn't sound. It sounds foolish to say that you would want that. You can't say that because it doesn't make any sense. But your heart may want it. Your soul and spirit may want it.
What do you want from a man, Mrs. Lucas?
I mean,
I don't know.
She told me that's what she wanted.
What did she tell you she wanted?
Well, she told me she wanted somebody to cherish her and to don't run around on her. She, you know, all the things that a good man and a good woman should want out of each other.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The part of the reason why there's a lot of dog dudes out here is because of these women. They turn into savage dogs because they're trying to figure out what women want. They try to give women what they think women would want, and women don't accept it. So they become savages. And that savage becomes what a lot of these women want, unfortunately. What did he say that you guys, a lot of you guys, know to be true? What did he do that was wrong? He listened to the woman and what she said she wanted. A lot of times what a woman may want, that may not actually be what she wants. You need to listen to the subtle nuances to find out what it is she actually wants. You need to listen to or view or pay attention to her body language to find out what it is she actually wants. You might even need to listen to what it is that she says she doesn't want to find out what it is that she actually wants. Hey, but directly, depending on the female, that may not be the way to go.
We agreed that because I had been married before, and my ex-wife, oh my goodness, she scared me. If I ever did it again, it was going to be better than any other marriage, and I made the promise for keeps. It wasn't to be playing around, you know, and if nothing's wrong, where are you going? You know,
right.
There are women that would pull her head off her neck for a guy like me.
These are facts. But look at her face. She doesn't look appreciative of the type of man that she got. She don't care. She don't care about none of that. She wants what she wants.
I'm gonna ask you one more time.
he made me gain weight.
This woman just sat here and blamed this man for the fact that she put food in her mouth. Nobody forced it down her throat. Ah! Y'all, I'm bugging. I don't even. Wait, I'm not doing it this way. This is not what I'm doing. Wait, look. She done got me all sidetracked and jumped. Why am I pulling the green screen up? I'm not doing the green screen. She blamed him for the reason why she gained weight. Let's hear this. Y'all about to trip.
Okay, how did he make you gain weight?
Cause I mean, now the man can cook, brother can throw down, but
Ungrateful. Yo, this is baffling. I didn't go past this part here. This is as far as I got. But we got so much more to go. She's upset that he's a good cook and made her gain weight. What does that say about him? Because he didn't gain weight. I'm pretty sure he was eating that same food. People love to throw the accountability at whomever else they can but themselves. She needs to look in the mirror. That's the person who made her gain weight. God.
He cooked 4-course meals for breakfast, lunch, dinner. 2 o'clock in the morning, if I was hungry, he wouldn't fix me a sandwich. This man would make a whole meatloaf, potatoes and gravy.
See, look, some people can't appreciate what they have until it's gone. For him to do all that type of stuff for her, when this relationship ends, she's not going to get a man that's going to do that same type of stuff. But I bet you she's going to want it. Wow.
Gravy, vegetables, a big stupid cup of Kool-Aid. I go to sleep right on that. Get up in the morning, he done fixed French toast, pancakes, grits, biscuits. So now I'm laying on food on top of the food I just laid on a couple of hours ago.
Hey, there was people in the comments of this video. It was guys responding. They were like, no homo, but I'll marry him. Ah! Yo! What? Woman, you got a man doing all this for you and he's a good man? This man is the one feeding you 4-course meals 4 times a day? Or whenever you want it? Come on, girl. You better get with the program.
So your complaint is that this man cooked too often and too well and
Make it make sense. It don't.
And he made me gain weight.
Mrs. Lucas,
Okay.
have you lost your mind?
No. She ain't lost her mind. I don't think she ever found it in the first place. We're gonna
I
pray
have
for her.
women coming in here whose men are leaving them because they got too heavy. You got heavy based on his. They won't cook, they won't clean, they won't pick up the house. They're controlling, they're unkind. You have got a guy who cooks for you. You have got a guy who doesn't care what size you are. You have got a guy who, who tells you that he loves you without being prompted or looking for sex. And you're telling me that you want to leave him because he treats a good black woman, which we're going to have to qualify.
I know that's right.
Like good black women, a queen ought to be treated. And what you're doing is taking I am a self-centered individual.
Facts.
And I don't appreciate
Facts.
what a man has brought to my table. So I'm going to make up some stupid reason to say what it isn't stupid.
She says she don't think it's stupid. Get out, bruh. Get out. For her to sit here and say she don't think it's stupid when everybody else in that room, including the judge, think that her reasonings are stupid, because they are. Bruh, get out. You shouldn't even want to be with her no more. I wouldn't. Get out. Get out. Save yourself.
And I very rarely say that about anybody. Do I, Joe? I don't say things are stupid. Very rarely, because people have odd points of view. That's okay. But that's stupid. You need to grow up, Mrs. Lucas.
Look at her. She looked childish. She looked like a 13-year-old trapped in a 30-year-old's body. That's what I see within her facial expression right now. She don't care about what that judge said. She feel strong black woman, right? You know how they do. I don't care about that mess she's saying. I'm gonna do what I want to do. That's what I'm getting from her.
Mr. Lucas, my understanding is that she took on a career you didn't know about.
Yeah.
Could you
Absolutely.
explain that to me? Because I didn't understand it.
I've been out here doing the best I can to get recognition as a comic for almost 17 years. And so after she leaves me, a mutual friend tells me that he saw her in a comedy club on stage.
What?
On stage. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. But she never shared this with me at all.
That's
she never
crazy.
told me not
So
one
she
time.
became a comedian and didn't tell you.
Didn't tell me nothing, and every time I tried to talk to her about it, she didn't have time, or she didn't want to talk. She was busy or something like that.
She's supportive of your comedy career?
Absolutely, absolutely. I could, like, if she was closer to the stage, she had a distinctive laugh that I love, and I would hear her, and that would just motivate me to hit the crowd a little harder because she made me feel.
What? Oh my God. The disappointment I'm feeling right now. This woman threw her hands up like, oh, he is doing the most. He's saying the most. He's over here making up this BS. Oh, I motivate him with my laugh. Yes, woman. You don't get it, do you? There's subtle things about females that can uplift a man's spirit so high. Something that he can get from either her personality, her laugh, her touch, her presence, her smell, whatever it is it may be. Something that he can get from her that he can't get from any other source that's available on this planet. Only a particular female can do that for him. You don't get it. So you don't appreciate it. Man.
Good.
He's killing
when
you,
she
Mrs.
smiled.
Lucas. You know that over here. He's just killing you. I mean, he's just killing you.
But he didn't
Mrs.
tell
Lucas,
you about the shows that he...
Yes, you can tell me about the shows. Tell
Okay,
me.
the shows, I supported him with his comedy. That was fine.
Right.
But he also had a family at home. I already worked all during the day, going to school. By the time I come in, hey, bye, I love you, he's going out. This happened all the time. By the time he's coming back in, it's time for me to leave back out. So I wasn't seeing my husband.
Well,
that
he
much
had to been
anymore.
spending some time at home because he made you gain 30 pounds by cooking.
Well, that was when he was there. But, because he cooked before he left. When I came in, there was food there. Or when he came in, he would bring me food at 3:30 in the morning.
You can't please everybody, and some of these women are impossible to please. Every good thing this man is doing for her, she complains about. Woman, just like you worked, he worked too. So you had an issue with him working? You want his schedule to be the exact same as yours? That's unrealistic. Clearly he wasn't stepping out on you. He had food prepped and ready for when you got home. You wasn't doing that for him.
When did you get the comedy bug? What did you tell him about it?
Actually, this is the first time telling him about it. I would
How long
change
have
the
you been
subject.
doing it?
A year.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
didn't you tell him?
Because I felt like a hypocrite. How, I talked about how he would be out supporting his colleagues. And now I see...
You understand his point
I
of view.
understand. But the difference is, he had a wife at home. He didn't have to go to all those unnecessary shows all the time. I can go. I'm not at home with him anymore, so...
The one thing she knew would be hypocritical and stupid if she was to verbalize. She is verbalizing, and it sounds exactly that, hypocritical and stupid. How you gonna get mad for this man going out doing comedy, and then you turn around and go behind him, not even tell him, and start doing comedy? But you say, oh, it's okay that I'm doing it because him and I are no longer together, so it's fine. But that was his thing. That was his career. That was how he was supporting his family. And you understand it because you embraced it and started doing it yourself, but what? She just can't. She can't make sense. She just can't do it.
I go to different shows.
So you're complaining that he spent too much time comedy because he had a wife at home. But you can go out and be away and not acknowledge that you had a husband and a child at home.
Right, but now I have, I'm a teenage mother. I make my own babysitter, so now my daughter watches my other kids while I have shows, so.
And that's something, too, that I also disagree with. Get mad at me if you want, but I disagree with that. I don't feel as though parents should be making their older children, the teenagers, look after their young siblings. Let's say that kid had something else that they wanted to go do. Make that kid watch the other ones? That's wrong. I can see if the kid is staying at home and then had no plans to go out and do anything or go anywhere, then yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I watch my little brother and little sister. But to making your teenager watch the younger ones, I think that's wrong. They didn't have them kids. That shouldn't be their responsibility.
She's watching them right now.
So everybody in your airspace ought to do for you, and you need to do for no one.
Right.
Is that what you're telling me?
No.
Yes.
You said that you have a 14-year-old
Yes.
that babysits.
Yes.
How many kids do you have?
4 girls. 3 of them aren't his.
And did he take on the role of father for those 3?
Yes, he's a wonderful father. Excellent father.
To even those children that aren't his?
Yes.
You feeling what I'm feeling?
So.
Y'all, this is getting harder and harder for me to get through. Y'all want me to keep going? Y'all see how much is left. We done knocked out about 60% of this. We still got a solid 40 to go, but I don't know, man.
You still want to be with her, don't you, Mr.?
I'm still suffering from separation anxiety. It just don't make sense, because there was nothing wrong. I mean, if someone gave me everything that I wanted, which she did, and I was giving her in return, where are you going?
Where are you going?
Hey, yo, where is she going? Yo, you can't make this up, bro. Look, this is sickening, man. How did they even get to this point?
Crazy.
And
that's
what do
she
you
wants.
expect to find when you get there?
On the other side,
What are you going to do about
Look at
you
her.
have a 1-year-old together?
Absolutely. And she ain't even on the bottle no more. Do you see what I'm saying?
you see her face? Can't help but to see this immature individual. It's like she got 4 kids. One of which by him. This man was sitting there doing right by all of her kids. Where does she think? She think because she found that once that she gonna easily find that again? Somebody need to slap her with a reality check.
One, and
You
no,
have
you
her?
need the bottle. Yes, I have her. Ain't nobody taking my baby nowhere.
You don't have your 1-year-old?
No, he wouldn't let me. He's very overprotective
Well, how does
of
the
her.
14-year-old babysit the 1-year-old you don't
No,
have?
the 14-year-old babysits my 8 and 5-year-old.
Mr. Lucas, you came here for the return of a car. Why don't you explain that to me? I mean, where is the car and what?
Where is the car? That's a good
Did she
question.
when she left in November? Tell
she
me
took the
about
car.
when she left, because I'm not understanding
Well, when
how
I
this
called,
thing actually
when
ended.
she left, I didn't, pay any attention till it started getting kind of late. I called her. She told me she was at her sister's house, and that's where she's gonna be. And she hung up the phone.
You're telling me she left like she was going to go get some groceries,
Right.
but was leaving you.
She left like she was. She
Just,
said her exact
"I'll be
words
right
was,
back."
"I'll be right back." This is the first time I've seen this woman since November.
Mrs. Lucas,
What? Did this? Yo, she said I'll be right back and never came back.
give me that version of the
How you gonna not come back to your husband? No respect. No respect. Just out here thinking she can do what she want when she want.
I'll be right back story.
Well, I told him I was leaving. I told my sister I was on my way to Chicago. I had like 5 shows that weekend. So when I did those 5 shows, I got booked for some more. So I didn't go back. I told him I'd be right back. I didn't give him a specific time. But I did say I'll be back.
And the fact that he still wants to be with her, baffling.
Just
And you
me
took
in
the Toyota with you when you left.
Yes.
I still have the
He
truck.
can't drive anyway. He can't see.
Well,
Can you see me? He can't see.
On what universe do you believe that's funny?
It's not funny, but I mean, he can't drive anyway. And he gave me the car as a gift.
Hey, you can't respect this man at home, that's one thing, but while you in here, you will respect him and you will not make fun of the fact that he cannot sing.
When divorce court continues, Judge Lynn rules in the case of TP versus Rashida Lucas. But first, Rashida has news that leaves the courtroom speechless.
Well, where is the car?
The car is...
What? Oh man, it's just getting more juicy. I guess we're stuck here.
Divorce court returns with the case of Rashida Lucas, who left her husband to perform stand-up comedy and never went back home. And TP is suing Rashida because he wants to be reimbursed for the family car.
You say if you can't get the car back, you want the value of the upgrades. Tell me about the upgrades.
well, here's the thing. They sell a little chip. You know, I upgraded that on the engine. I didn't like the wheels that were on there, so I bought rims and tires. And it didn't have a stereo at all in there because there was just a hole in the dash. So I bought a stereo for the car.
Why don't you tell me this? Well, how much is the car worth?
About $5,000. And like I said, she keeps saying
But where
my
is the
car.
car?
The car is gone.
Gone where?
It got totaled.
How did it get totaled?
I was at work. We had an ice storm in Chicago. Somebody ran into it and tore it up. So I told them just junk it. There was nothing I could do with it.
Oh man, I hate to see it. I hate to see it. Fellas, make sure you get you a woman that respects you. First and foremost, most importantly, make sure you get you a woman that respects you. She didn't respect this man enough to tell him what happened to this vehicle. This man over here is in court because he wants his dang on vehicle back. She could have told him that the vehicle was wrecked.
So
You just told her to junk it? You didn't
junk the
There was
car?
nothing. It was nothing else they could do with it. It was like this small.
Did you have insurance on it?
Well, where's the
No, the
stereo?
insurance had lapsed.
Whose responsibility was to pay the insurance? Was it your responsibility to pay the
It's
insurance?
my responsibility to make the money. She write out the checks to pay the bills.
Yes,
At least she used to.
Was there money to pay the insurance?
It was money to pay the insurance, but
But
I
you
wasn't in Wisconsin anymore. He could have did that while he was there.
Yeah.
But it was
pick a
typically
circle.
your responsibility to pay the bills?
Sometimes.
Oh man, it's like watching the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case, man.
Oh, I don't believe you. I believe it was your responsibility. Look at you. I believe it was your responsibility to pay the bills. Mr. Lucas, I'm sorry. You are a wonderful man, and don't let trifling women change who you are. That's all I'm asking.
Facts. I was having that same conversation with my homegirl last night. I was like, no matter what you go through, with whoever you go through, don't let them change you. Especially if you're a good person. If you're a bad one, change for the better. But if you're a good one, don't change for the worse. Keep trying, and somewhere someone will come along that will appreciate you for who you are.
She's self-centered
Self-centered.
and only interested in her pleasure and her joy and
Yep.
what she wants.
Yep.
She will never give to you, and you have the right to have a woman who will give to you. That's my point of view. You are trifling and small-minded. When you
Facts.
are trifling and small-minded, you're going to end up with a man who's going to take advantage of that.
Yes.
I am sure that your choice...
And guess what? She will deserve that. she will deserve that. Some of these people think that they be undeserving of the treatment that they receive from whoever they are dealing with. But no, sometimes they deserve it.
Listen, men, if it's based upon the silly things that you have told me here today, will put you in a place where you don't want to be, where you don't want your daughters to be. But you are so small-minded and trifling that you don't even put their interests ahead of yours. Nope. How dare you be so self-centered?
So self-centered, so selfish. Because think about it. Her decisions to leave this great man affects her daughters as well. Because her daughters probably adore him, probably love him, probably look at him like he's dad. Because he's been that for them for the past 5 years. They're young. And she's taking that away from them. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh my God. I'm just thinking about now all the men that's on this channel that dealt with mess like this. Because I know there is some. Because they comment every single video. Sorry. I hate it.
Normally what occurs in a marriage is one person has the courtesy to tell the other person that they are leaving. Mm-hmm. At that point in time, they take the assets and they divide the assets between the two of them, and each of them takes half value at the assets. What you did, however, was dissipate an asset. In other words, what you did was you took one without his knowledge, absconded with it, and then because of your failure to keep insurance on it, that asset was lost. As a result, you are responsible to pay him the half of that asset that would have remained had you done the appropriate thing. Judgment in favor of Mr. Lucas in the amount of $2,500. It is so ordered.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
Well, the kids miss you. I miss my baby. Just come back to Chicago. You come to Chicago, we can make it work.
I don't know. The judge should have sentenced you to life with me and the kids. That's what she did. Put the gavel down and let you, but that's all.
Yo, this man wants so bad to be with this woman that he wished the judge would have sentenced her to life with him. Yo, woman, if you don't get it together, I don't know, man. If I was him, I would walk. I would walk. But man, y'all, leave your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. See ya.